I'm live. The liveness is happening in the garage today. And yeah, if you watch these before, you know what I gotta do. I gotta go do some link things and do all that because I just do this on my phone. And so I have to leave this and come back. But I'm live. I'm here. Let's get rolling. I'm gonna go share a link in a couple of places. Well, one place, just Instagram. And we're gonna be right back. Be right back. BRB. Okay, looks like that is set up. Now we got to get a little chat window going on, and I am here, folks. So ask away, get the comments rolling. I am here hanging out, and looking forward to talking to you guys today. So bring it on down. I'm getting a poll going so that you guys can comment down in the poll. Christopher, what's up, man? Welcome in. So underneath, it's probably a lot easier if you were to, and is there a YouTube video on that? I'm not really sure, but underneath the column, and I have not made a video on that, so I'll be honest with you, I'm not the one. You're not going to go on my channel and find that. I probably should. But there's two bolts that go into like this rotating shaft for the shifter that's underneath if you pull off that panel underneath the steering wheel. And those two bolts are what come loose, and then that's what the shifter does crazily. Does that make any sense at all? But yeah, they're underneath the steering column with that inner panel off is where you're looking for two. I want to say they're 8mm. You're looking at it right now. Do you see those two bolts that I'm talking about? It's like on a long bar type shaft with two bolts separated by a little bit on it. They're not right next to each other, but one of those two bolts or both of them can do that. Yeah, most of the time they're not going to be broken. They're just like, if they loosen up. Here, I'm trying to do this while I'm holding my phone. Hang on. So there's like a shaft and a collar, right? So if they loosen up, they'll move like this, and just that little bit of motion will make it to where your shifter doesn't move it. So what I would do, what I've done on mine, and I haven't had to touch them in a long time, I haven't done this on Bob, and I probably should, is I took them out and put red Loctite on them and tightened them back up. Don't kill it, but tight enough. You found it, so pull one of them suckers and put Loctite on it. I don't remember if it was red or blue, but just put Loctite on it because then you don't have to deal with it again. So that's way too easy of a thing to. I've had it not start the truck before and do that, and that's really annoying. So, hey guys, welcome in. If you are coming in here, my name is Bryce. I am the Ford Excursion guy, and thanks to Chris for starting off the comments really fast. We've already been working on an Excursion, so good job, Chris, fixing that loose shifter cable issue. Those things are a pain in the butt, and it can really ruin your day if your truck doesn't start. So, oh, dude, you're like, yeah, that's how you're already done and ready to go. Except you didn't put Loctite on it yet. I don't know where to put this thing. There we go. All right, we got all the stuff. Oh, Grayson Camo made it in here, and that is great. So we'll go into that really quick. So just starting out, we are working. I don't know if the family main is in here as well. If the family main is in here, shoot a comment because then I can add you in to do the other thing. You are the Loctite. All right. I mean, I'm good with that. Yeah, he just gave me a great reminder. Music. Am I gonna do a diesel Ford Excursion? I do have a diesel Ford Excursion. I don't know what you're talking about. Music. I am working currently on being live and talking to folks, so that's kind of what I'm rolling with right now. But anyway, Grayson Camo just put a link up to the first ever Ford Excursion event. It is an event that I'm helping plan. I'm trying to get a bunch of people on the team, but I'm kind of spearheading up the first ever Ford Excursion event. And this is an event. The idea is that we're going to get as many excursions together as possible. It does happen to be at an off-road adventure park, but it is not an off-road event necessarily. We're gonna off-road there. That's fine. If you don't want to off-road, that's okay. There's some great forest roads. There's some great mountain biking, great hiking, great all that stuff. It's at Maris Adventure Park. It is April 9th through the 12th, 2026. Grayson Camo put the wrong year because he's driving to get his wheel bearings or something. And so that's what's happening there. Ian, not really sure what you're saying there. The other cool thing is, the other great next thing that is happening is Trail Hero. And Trail Hero is in October. It is in Sand Hollow, and it is a week-long off-road event, okay? So you can come and wheel for the week. You can come and wheel for the weekend. If you come for the weekend, you can wheel a trail on Friday and Saturday. They don't run trails on Sunday. Is there an award for longest? You know, Christopher, that is a really interesting idea. I'm gonna write that down. I need ideas like that. So if you have ideas about the excursion event, I would love to hear them. Longest one-owner truck. I don't know who would beat me, honestly. In theory, though, I guess I'm not the original owner. My grandpa bought it new, but I'm sure somebody bought one in '99 that would have me beat. But my grandpa bought my white truck in October of 2000, and it was built in August of 2000. So it's yeah, it's been around for a long time. Anyway, I'm gonna write that down, Christopher. I think that's a great idea. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna bounce. There you go. Bought yours new in '99. So you got me beat there, Christopher. So yeah, longest. I like the award as I was typing that down, Christopher. The award for the owner of the most excursions. And maybe I don't know if I'll make this person like own them all right then, but like how many have you owned? Some people have been through a lot of these trucks, and I don't know. It's an interesting idea. I haven't really thought about doing awards. I don't know if that'll happen year one, but it's definitely something that I want to keep on the radar and something we can either grow into or start doing early and, enjoying the thing. But anyway, yeah, the next, you paid 46, and it's a 7.3. Yeah, I think that sounds about right for what my grandpa paid too. So, yeah, the next big event for me is Trail Hero. So if you want to come and wheel with the Bobbed Excursion and laugh at it do dumb things on the trail, you should come to Trail Hero and enjoy. As I was saying, it's a week-long event. So if you want to come wheel for the week, you can wheel for 5 days, Tuesday to Saturday. Is that correct math, I think? And if you want to come wheel for the weekend, you can too. I am going to be there all week. So if you want to come for the whole week and you want to come and wheel with me for the whole week, let me know. I'll let you know what trails I'm doing, and then I will also let you know what trails you should come on depending on what your excursion is built like. If you are a pretty built excursion and you want to come and follow me, I would love it. But if you're pretty stock, there are some trails that I'm doing that you probably don't want to go. So, just throwing it out there. Dennis, welcome on. Glad to have you. Christopher, awesome. Yeah, man, that's exactly my truck, my white truck. It's a limited 7.3. It's just an 01. So you got it beat by a year. It was built in 2000. Dennis, the Menace is back. Haven't seen you for a while. Glad to have you on here. I kind of had mentioned in some other places, this is probably going to be the last Wednesday live. I think I'm going to change to, I don't know what day yet. I have to really look at my schedule and figure it out. but it's going to be on the weekend probably. So be on the lookout for that. Next week we're going on vacation, so I don't think I'm going to do a live. But we'll see. Yeah, Caleb, that sucks. If you cut off the head of the hot rivet and then you use the air hammer, that's the way to get out hot rivets. It's not that hard at all. Christopher, man, it's up to you. It depends on what you want to do. I think my starting point, well, I'd say two things. Is yours still really nice and clean and stuff? Because if yours is still really nice and clean, I don't know. Oh yeah, Dennis. I don't know if I would suggest building it into a trail rig if it's still nice and clean. Yeah, the front act, the 60 is not a cheap find. Also, yeah, all the Jeep guys love them. They're a very good thing. But yeah, Christopher, I mean, here would be my start to any of them. Excursion on the trail, like I was just saying, is like you're gonna have the understanding that it's gonna get beat up, and so if you're fine with that, then that's great. Then here's what I would do. My goal for Bob was to make it simple and attainable, and honestly, I think it is simple and attainable. I think you could build the suspension on Bob is not hard to replicate. It is PMF's coilovers, or not coilovers. It is PMF's coil brackets, so they bolt onto our frames, and they're the right height and everything. Oh, Caleb, you're trying to take off two-wheel drive buckets to convert yours. If that's the case, don't waste your time, because the two-wheel drive buckets are actually not as tall as the four-wheel drive buckets. You can run them, but they will automatically give you some sort of lift, and I don't know the exact height difference. It looks like a lot, though. I just saw some pictures from somebody, and it looks like those buckets are like 4 inches lower than the four-wheel drive buckets. So yeah, Christopher, that's here's what I would do. I really like this 05 to 07 axles. They go in there really easily. You can get the coils. You want the coils. But first, hit the thumbs up button. We got a couple people in here, and there's not enough thumbs up yet. So if you should do that, you should hit the thumbs up. So coil conversion. Use PMF's brackets for the frame and for the coil buckets. They cost like $700-800. And then you need to figure out what you want to do for control arms. If you want to wheel it, Trevor keeps telling me, Trevor's the owner of PMF, he keeps telling me that they're 3-link, and it's not really a 3-link. It's just like a Y-link. Doesn't flex enough to wheel with. And I would like to get my hands on one and really compare it. And if I can get my hands on one, then we'll know if we can deal with one with low lift and it still has enough travel or not. But so far, I haven't. And so I have the 4-link, which flexes really, really well. And then I have Skyjacker springs, Skyjacker Black Max shocks. So Skyjacker 2-inch lift springs is what I'm running on the front from 2005, gasoline, 4-wheel drive. So the front of mine is pretty heavy, and so it kind of levels it down a little bit. Kiss me. Gonna hide this user. Yeah, I don't want to get. I mean, I know Trevor's right to an extent, so I don't want to just like have somebody grab them and then not be stoked about the fact that they don't they don't travel well. And again, it's not my products and not my thing, so I can't just like, you know, have somebody do that. But I'd like to put them on Bob because I have the CTI numbers from Bob, and so I can literally replicate that exact height again and really get numbers so that everybody can be with that. The problem with the 4-link is that it hangs super low if you want to stay low. If you are looking to lift it higher than I have done, the 4-link's not going to bug you as much as it does me, because my truck basically sits at stock height, and I'm looking for all the up travel, but also all the down travel that the spring will allow. I'm already to the point with the spring that on the CTI trailer, when it's all the way dropped out, you can actually reach in and spin the spring. So I really need spring retainers so that they don't fall out. So I mean, depends on how high you want to go. Depends on all the stuff. For the rear, it's still not even there yet. My plan is the 08, the longer leaf springs. PMF makes a bracket to switch to that, and then keeping my shackle flip in the back. I have to have the shackle flip in the back because of the way that the like cross members on the body and stuff work out. And somebody cut 12 inches out of mine, so I have to have the shackle flip. And so, yeah. Dennis, that's epic. Dennis said he just doubled the value of his Excursion, installing 2 new BFG TA KO3s. Yeah. And his Excursion cost him like $1,300. So yeah, he did. That's pretty funny. So yeah, I mean, the suspension is relatively easy, honestly, Christopher, if you're looking to do stuff. It's the rest of the thing that just really depends on what you want to do. For me, functional is low. A lot of people, I don't remember where you live, Christopher. But for me, being low makes a lot of sense, because when you're in Moab and you're doing that kind of thing, and honestly, if you really want to wheel it, being low makes a lot more sense than being high. If you want a mud truck, being high makes a lot of sense. Oh, you're in Salem. Oh, well then, yeah, I don't know what you want. I mean, you could go a little taller than me if you wanted to. But yeah, I think 05 to 07 axles, Skyjacker springs, you could do their 4-inch for the F-250 if you wanted to go a little bit higher than me. And then, honestly, these trucks are built for 40s, so just put them on and clearance them with 4 inches, and then enjoy. They work really good. And, you know, obviously, probably need some gears, probably need some lockers. I don't know what gears to go with on a 7.3 with 40s. Probably the same 488s that I have. Yeah, I mean, height isn't going to get you through either of those things. So, yeah, the V10 guys are living the life, man. We're stopping for gas every chance we get. Especially me. Yeah, so that would be what I would start thinking about, Christopher, is I think the coil swap and the 05 Plus axles, like the way that the truck drives after doing that is worth everything. So yeah. I wouldn't put online that you use ag fuel. That doesn't seem like a great idea. But yeah, that's what I would think about. Also, you're going to need some rock sliders. Honestly, you're going to have to figure out how to build them, because nobody really builds the rock sliders for these trucks. GD, 4-link them and never look back. Yeah, for the front, I definitely agree. The rear, I would, someday I might do 4-link. I don't know. It's going to depend on a lot of things. No, not your father-in-law. The fact that it's illegal to run that. So the EPA and everybody that pays attention to the internet. So, but up to you. You said it. Oh yeah, the Excursion. It's not dialed yet, Dennis. That's why you got to dial that Excursion in a little bit more. You've only owned it for like a month and a half, man. But yeah, that'd be my setup. 40s, 4 inches of lift. I mean, I don't know. Stay low with me. Do 2 inches of lift and trim all the stuff out of the way. I'm not really sure. I don't think the 7.3 really does anything. The big issue with the 7.3 is the weight for building an off-road truck. That thing weighs enough to consider buying a V10. I love my 7.3, but man alive, is it heavy. Very heavy. So yeah, welcome in, guys. Guys, we're doing really well. We actually show 8 people on here and 8 likes currently. So if you can help us get this like number over the view number and you have the ability to hit the like button, man, I would appreciate the heck out of that. We have already been talking about the Excursion event a tiny bit, and everybody's kind of given in some insight to the Excursion event. Is, if you haven't heard about it, an event that is happening and so if you are looking for an Excursion event, or you want to be a part of the first ever Ford Excursion event, that is it is April 9th through the 12th at Barris Adventure Park in Texas. It's going to be a great time. It's not an off-road event. It is at an off-road place, but we've got tons of hiking, tons of, done all that other stuff. And so I would definitely suggest coming. Facebook, there's an event under Geeks 4x4. You can find it under the Geeks 4x4 events, and you can come and hang out. Yeah, Dennis. So, yeah, you need to do the 6-liter cooler. I don't know why it was so hot. Obviously, it was warm that week you went. But Mishimoto, I don't know anything about. What I do know is that I bought the Dorman one off of Amazon. So if you go to the Amazon store, there is if you go to my Amazon store, which is like linked in every video description, if you go to the Bob build list, you'll find the transcooler, and then you'll find all the hoses, all of the adapters, everything you need to put the 6-liter transmission cooler in. So that's the easiest way to just like buy a kit for the 6-liter transmission cooler is my store under the Bob Excursion build list, I believe. And you can, I did a video, and you can see the whole, like, where I ran the lines and did all that stuff too. So that's like the easiest way to do it. I don't know that I would spend the money for the Mishimoto cooler. The Dorman one wasn't that much money, and it's been just fine. This transmission runs like 140 on the freeway. It doesn't ever go up. And then I've seen it now with the transcooler. It used to run like 230 on the trail, and that's not good. But now I have not seen it go over like 270, 275. Nice, Christopher. Yeah, that's definitely. So Chris said that he bought a V10. When he showed up to the lot, the diesel was just coming off the truck, and it was the first one in the Pacific Northwest, so he bought it. You know what, Chris? You did the right thing, my friend. And then you also said you did sound deadening. You pulled out the entire thing and sound deadened it. Well, that's awesome. Chris, I don't sell parts technically, but I'm an Amazon influencer, and so I have a storefront, quote unquote, on Amazon. And what I do is I actually buy, I buy not everything from Amazon, but I buy a lot of the bigger parts and stuff because that's the best deal around on Amazon. And so what I do is I put them in lists, so that if anybody wants to replicate what I've done, you guys can go on there and grab anything out of those lists. I do make a small commission on it, and it doesn't cost you anything, but Amazon just pays me a little bit when you buy something, which is pretty sick. So if you want to like save my Amazon store and go shopping through it every time you need something, I would super appreciate that. Like I said, it's in the link. It's in the description of every video. This video doesn't have a description yet, but like when this goes live, it'll be in that description, or like you can look at last week's live and see the link to the Amazon store, and you can click follow and stuff. So you'll know, because I do go live on Amazon sometimes, and with that creator thing, I end up with like reviewing. I have a pile of parts sitting right in front of me right here that need to be reviewed that Amazon creator people send me. There you go, Chris. Grayson Camo, thank you for that link. Greg, how is your hunt for your wheel bearings? Have you already gotten them? Do they exist? Christopher, we can talk about it. Yeah, and if I'm helping, that's a little different. So probably I don't have like the insurance and stuff to be a shop, right? I'm just me, and so I don't like to I don't want to deal with the liability. But if I'm helping and guiding somebody through it, I think that's a little bit better. And I don't know enough about it. So, Greg, did you get your bearings yet? Hey, if you're on here and you have not liked this video, you totally should. There's a thumbs up button underneath the chat. And if you're on here an Excursion owner, you should ask me questions in the chat. I am here to answer questions, and I am also here to tell you about things like the Excursion event and the fact that I'm going to Trail Hero in almost less than a month. It is literally like I'm going to be leaving. No, I'll be leaving in 1 month today. Dang, I got to work on this truck. I got to get a new seal on the back. Yeah, Grayson Camo is in. He had some bearings go bad, so yeah, Chris, that sounds great. You just let me know. That's what it sounds like to me. So, but yeah, no, I mean we could knock out an axle swap if you grabbed all the right parts in probably a day, honestly. So, if I had help, I could get an axle swap done in a day. At this point, the hardest part of the axle swap is somebody. If you're gonna do it, email me. We'll put together a list of stuff to buy. But like, you have to buy enough drill bits so that we can just rail through them, and then you have to. That's the biggest thing. If you have to go buy drill bits or take time for dull ones, it's gonna be terrible. Caleb, you need to come, man. You need to come to Trail Hero, and congratulations that it is finally driving. That is awesome. Brakes, I mean, who really needs those? It's really an optional thing, brakes feel like. Yeah. Hey, if you guys haven't, there are some people in these comment sections that are also YouTubers, and you should go check out their channel. So Project XJ is actually building a really cool project for the Bleep and Jeep contest deal. And so if you want to see more about what he's doing, his YouTube channel is called Project XJ. And if you go back a couple weeks, I actually had him on the live, and just super nice guy. And if you want to see what he is up to, you should go check that out. So Bleep and Jeep Beast Wars. Yeah, so if you've heard of that and you're interested in seeing any of the builds for Bleep and Jeep Beast Wars, Project XJ has an awesome thing. So great, Chris. That sounds great. Yeah, but no, I mean, I have everything that we need tool-wise. I just the dang drill bits, man. The next like big event, guys, if you want to come hang with us, and especially if Kalen comes out too, and we get Project XJ and the three amigos building the Amigo out there, those are some famous people going to be at that point, and we're gonna be having a good time. So yeah. Yeah, I wish I had a machine shop too. It'd be cool. What do you do? Well, you need to talk some more, Chris. To do some machine shop stuff. I also need a fabrication shop thing. I've reached out to some people. Oh, the family main. It shows you in here again, so you're good. I need a fabrication shop that like wants to work with me and take my bumper design and make it to where it's a mass produced thing. I reached out to Affordable Off Road, and I'm pretty bummed I haven't heard back from them. I'm still gonna be, promoting their stuff. Affordable Off Road is still. I really do like their bumper design. There's a reason I started with the bumper I did. But I wish that like it's only been a little bit, so maybe not. But like, it's like I need somebody that'll come and help design this bumper and then build it and sell it, because you guys are all looking for these bumpers. I get a thing twice, 2 or 3 times a week, asking what bumper it is and where do I buy it, and you can't buy the bumper because I built it. And so I think if somebody went through and built a bumper like this that was actually affordable, then that would absolutely destroy the market, because all the bumpers for these trucks are massive. So that's the next thing you get into, Chris, is if you look into bumpers, trying to find one that's going to fit nice is going to be a pain. Yeah. So do you guys do like fabrication too? Would you build a part like that bumper and sell it, or no? Where'd you say you are? You're down in somewhere in Oregon. How far away are you? Salem. Good old Salem. An arc droid. Ooh, cool. That's one of those tables? Yeah, I don't have a table. I don't have any of that fun stuff. I do own a plasma cutter. I bought at the time, it was the cheapest plasma cutter on Amazon. And you know what? That sucker will cut 3/16, and that's fine with me. So it's been really nice. No, I don't have a CAD, because the bumper's mine. Like, there's no CAD files. There's no, I mean, I could measure everything for y'all, but, or somebody could come up and build a CAD file so that somebody could actually come and cut out parts or whatever and build this bumper. But it's me and a measuring tape. There's no CAD file here in this garage. Oh man, you got all kinds of stuff, Chris. This guy can build anything. Yeah, that would be the deal. I wonder, I don't know. I don't have anybody up here. My buddy that's a fabricator moved. So if anybody wants to come and do a CAD file of this truck, it'll be at Trail Hero, so you're more than welcome to do it there. I already bent one side of the bumper a little bit, so that's my own fault. But yeah, if anybody wants to build a CAD file for this bumper, I'm not going to say no. It's mine. So yeah. It's actually not the cheapest plasma cutter on Amazon anymore. They have a cheaper one. They have like $100 one now. It was like $130. So, got that cheap. It's the Hero Cut 35 amp. Ooh. It's putting up some power there. Yeah, well, we can get a CAD file for the floor jack. We just need somebody. Oh, well, let's just have Chris cut this. Chris, you need to email me. Geeks4x4@gmail.com. Let's chat, because I actually do need a CAD file cut out that I need to get. I know where to get the CAD file. I just need to get it cut out. But, yeah, I don't have the ability to do that. Yes, you're right. Grayson Camo bought, well, there's a whole long story. Anyway, they bought you might recognize that box right there. If I flipped it around, that's a Harbor Freight Badlands jack. that is Grayson Camos. And it's in my garage because it needs to go in the back of the Gladiator, but nobody makes a nice mount that's like easily to throw in there and do it. And so it's been in my garage for 6 months because he got it on a great deal. So, yeah. Chris only works from napkins. Okay, well, you can't put a CAD file into your machine, or you don't have a plasma table. You're like actually just a machine shop, right? Or do you have a plasma table? Guys, we need one more like to get into double digits. If you're in here and you haven't hit that thumbs up button, make that happen. Also, the super chat is open. I haven't even said anything about that yet. But if you want to donate some money to the Old Geeks 4x4, I would appreciate that. But if you don't and you just want to hang out, I also would appreciate that. So, you know, if you want to share this with your friends and share this on your social medias, I also would appreciate that. Oh, and one more. Got the 10. There it is. That is exciting. Thank you so much. Also, one more thing that's super exciting and doesn't apply to me a ton at this moment, but it should soon. There's a new feature on YouTube that's like boosting or something to tell the algorithm you really liked a video. And it only works for long form videos, and so like not shorts, not lives. And it essentially helps, you guys can help my video get reach. So as you watch the video, and I'm going to talk about it if I can figure it out, but it's within the first 7 days or something of when a video is published, and then you have to boost it or something. I think it's called boost, or, you know, but it's my community that can tell the YouTube algorithm that you actually like the video, then other people should see it. And if that gets going and you guys see a video of mine within the first 7 days, I would really appreciate if you hit that button, because that would be a big deal. I don't know exactly what to sketch though, Greg. Great, Chris. We'll chat more about these machine shop things. Chris, did you hear my question? Do you have a plasma table, or just like the lathe and the other really cool tools that are involved with an actual machine shop? There are times that I need a machine shop. An old school manual. Okay. Yeah, interesting. Well, we'll see. I might need that. I also have, there's some people around here that'll do it too, just from a file, because I can get a file from actually Colt, from the Bleep and Jeep. The Colt builds it. This is his new thing, but the old school Colt Bleep and Jeep guy, he was telling me that he made a file for the Harbor Freight Jack, and so I need to get that from him. Maybe you can email him, Greg, see if you can get that file. And yeah, if we have if we have like a CAD file, then we can build it, and yay. So that's gonna be at some point soon, I think, on the channel. We're gonna be working on the bed of that Gladiator, because I think it's time to make it make a lot of sense. And so we're gonna have to mess with a thing. Who has a free download for CAD files? Christopher? Like on, I don't know. But yeah, somebody should make my bumper in CAD. I also need to figure out how to make the wings of my bumper stronger though first. And so that like when you run it into a really narrow spot on the pickle, it doesn't just bend. Yeah. Cool. That's great, Chris. We might be hitting you up here. I like the old school too. I just draw some stuff up. So if you're gonna 4-link it, I use CAD as well. My CAD files are a little different in this garage though. They're cardboard aided design in this garage, and so, but I don't have any of the cardboard anymore for the frame stuff. But if you're gonna end up with a 4-link and you're gonna actually wheel it, we should brace your frame and maybe build the transmission skid kind of thing that I did. I don't know. Ooh, you could probably help me build skid plates. All right, Chris, sounds good. We will chat on email, man. I'll email you back, and we'll get some chatting going. You're not that far from me, so we'll be able to do some collabs and do some cool stuff. So appreciate you coming on here. I know I've seen your name a bunch, so appreciate you chatting today. What is up, the rest of y'all? Been talking to Chris he was on here right away, and so we've got quite a few people in here right now, though, and I really appreciate that. It is pretty awesome. If you guys are new to the channel, my name is Bryce. I am the self-proclaimed excursion guy on the internet. I don't know. I've been told that by a couple people, so I guess I could say I am. And I built this excursion here behind me. It's I don't know. It's a little excursion. It's got 12 inches chopped out of the back of it, and 7 inches added onto the tires. Other than that, it's pretty stock. Yeah, I am what I say I am. Yes, Caleb. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that feels right to proclaim that, though, you know? Like, I don't know if I should be the one saying that, or, like, everybody else needs to tell me that. But, I don't know. I like to think of myself as the excursion guy on the internet. There's a guy buy a carburetor yesterday, and he was like, he saw my Skyjacker shirt. I was wearing a Skyjacker shirt yesterday. Also, if you didn't know, if you use Geeks 4x410 at Skyjacker, you get 10% off. And he goes, he goes, what do you have for Skyjacker? And I go, okay, come here. And I don't ever have people in the garage that I don't know, just buying stuff. And I was like, come here, come look at this. And I said to him, yeah, I'm kind of the excursion guy on the internet. And then I opened the garage, and Bob's sitting here, and the LJ, and, stuff. Yeah, Caleb, there's always going to be people that know more than me. And I'm just glad to be a part of what's going on the old interweb. ODST, my one. What up, homie? You have got 270 on your excursion. What engine is in that puppy? I have got this one right behind me has 230 on it, and then there is a 7.3 in a garage over there, a few hundred yards, that has 348 on it. And it still has 348. 348.3, I think is what it has. I don't know. I don't drive it very much. Skyjacker Vasil. Skyjackers I don't believe, have McPherson struts. They do have coilovers now, though, if you're going to do something crazy like that. And you could get some coilovers from Skyjacker for your thing. Like I said, Geeks 4x410 gets you 10% off everything at Skyjacker. So anything that you need at Skyjacker, you can get yourself 10% off on. Geeks 4x410. Yeah, there's a link to the Skyjacker website right there. But yeah, it's Geeks 4x410 is our coupon code. Gives you 10% off. I make a little bit from that too. I had somebody yell at me this week that it was a paid program or a paid advertisement when I posted about Skyjacker the other day, and I said I'm not getting paid by Skyjacker. I only get paid if somebody actually buys the thing, and I do make a little bit. And if that makes you feel better about using my coupon code, I make a pretty decent, not pretty, I make 10% too. So in theory, you're getting 20% off, and it's pretty cool. So Skyjacker is also like an incredible company. USA based, USA made, USA owned, still not owned by a big old conglomerate. And Skyjacker is just a 10 out of 10 company, and one that I love to support. And they also make some of the freaking nicest products. These springs on this truck ride so good, and the shocks, the Black Maxes, for $50 a shock, they're stupid good. There's no reason to not run them. All right, we got Jason Hatfield. He says he's got 350, 150 on his. We've got Project XJ 226 on his Excursion. That's a 6-liter, so that's real exciting. Jason, are you running a V10? You got a new motor at 324. Yeah, my 7.3, that's at 348. is still all original. Lowest amount of spring lift, Caleb, or sorry, leaf spring or coil spring? Vasil B, I have ATS V and C code springs on my 7.3. Nice, Otis Ma. 270 on a V10. That's great. Leaf spring, I think that it's 6, but that's something recently I saw looking around for springs look like they might have a 4-inch spring, but maybe it's just called a 4-inch and then it's actually the Super Duty. I don't know. I would call them and ask them, because the smallest they have in a kit is a 6-inch lift on a kit from Skyjacker. Yeah, they're not. They're a little taller. But it's like a soft ride spring, and I don't know. I haven't run. I mean, to be completely honest with the leaf springs, I have not run them. But I do. I don't know. I just love the company. Yeah, 6 is a little high. It's like you have to be really committed. For me, if you want to be under 6, the best bang for your buck, it's just not going to ride. It's just not built for off-road is the problem with ATS. But they do make, Junior over there at ATS does make a really nice spring. I don't have a discount for them or anything. I've just worked with them. So, it's a weird spot on my roof that I'm just noticing right here. I'm gonna go walk over there. Gotta look at it. It looks like mold, but it's not mold. Look at that. Look at that. The weird little black spot. Never noticed it before. Yeah, that's because you still have stock springs. So, I don't know if you've heard all that. The stock springs essentially were just barely enough for a Excursion's weight. And then, you now put 20 years on those springs, then you hook a trailer to it. And they squat. They squat a lot. So, that's the cool thing. So, especially for you, you don't really want to wheel that truck. So, the V and the C codes, yeah, I mean, it's heavy. I get that. And I'm fine with squat. Like, I'm like the first person or I'm the last person to comment on somebody's picture and tell them that they have way too much squat and they need airbags. I hate airbags. I think that's stupid and it's a Band-Aid. And so, like, I'll tow, and I've towed really squatted and stuff. But the springs were just not strong enough from the factory. So the deal is you can get, like, I think they're 300 pounds of spring more is to go to the C code in the rear. So you gain 600 pounds of, like, sprung ability. And then in the front, you only gain, I think, 150 or 200 to go to the V. And what it does is it brings the truck up close to F-250 height. And then, excuse me. And then it, stiffens it up, but it actually rides better on an Excursion because the Excursion has more weight. So it's kind of an interesting thing. It seems like Dennis, the Bilsteins are stiff. That's why everybody runs them for towing. They help stiffen everything up a little bit. So if you want a nice ride, the Bilstein is not the right shock, but I know you're towing, so I totally get that. I went back to Skyjacker. I like the soft, and I even like the soft towing, so I'm super happy with it. The Bilsteins are freaking, I call them the Rocksteins because they're heavy. They're freaking hard. Hey, if you're in here and you have not hit that like button, we got quite a few people in here right now, and I would appreciate if a bunch of you would hit that like button. Also, I've got the super chat open. If you want to just donate some money to the Old Geeks 4x4, we would appreciate it. And if not, just glad to have you here. Put a comment down in the chat, and let's chat about it. Um, Project XJ, what about F-350? So it seems like, I don't understand, because you need to call Junior and ask him if there's another heavier one above a C code for the rear. But I know that I think the X in the front is the F-250 one, and then they have a modified C code for the rear. Yeah, I get that, Caleb. The ride is good though with the V and the C, and that's why I wouldn't go the X, because it gets stiffer. So, and that's only the front, and the C will get stiffer in the rear with the modified C thing, and then you get like 3 inches of lift. Yeah, that's great, Dennis. You would be extremely impressed with how nice these Skyjackers rode. But like I said, everybody that's on the page, they like the Bilsteins for towing. And if you like a stiff and locked in ride, a stiffer and more locked in ride, then the Bilstein is the right thing. It just rides more like it's trying to be, I don't know. I just equate it to like seeming to be more like a sports car type suspension versus the old like cushy, nice, smooth suspension. Yes, GD. So we've been talking about that, where I talked about that a little bit earlier, and that's like the plan for the back of Bob is to get the 08 spring. So it started in 08 is when they went longer, and then PMF makes a bracket that mounts right in front. It uses the front two mounts of the front leaf spring mount. So yeah, Dennis, I totally get that, and that's like I said, I'm a Skyjacker person, and I'm the first to be completely honest. So if you want that locked in and you like that stiffer and rough ride, then I think it's the right thing. If you want more plush and you like the floatiness a little bit or the older cars, then the Skyjacker is the better run. So I'm not too Yeah, GD. Yeah, and they do. They are. There is nothing wrong with Bilsteins. I really do. I honestly, I still have a set of them on my Jeep. I need to put the Skyjackers on it because I want it to ride better. But they've been on there for 15 years and they're excellent. I actually have had one leaking a little bit too, but still 15 years, and they probably got, I don't know, 50, 75,000 miles on them, and 35, 40 of that is off-road. Like, those things have been beat to snot, and they're doing great. And so I have nothing against Bilstein. I just honestly, I just want people to know that you don't have to have your Excursion ride that rough. See, GD, he gets it. Yeah, as long as you watch for the bumps and dips. Yeah, it's just like an interesting... The way I explain it to people is like with the pressurized shock like the Bilsteins are, and the way that they make and valve their shocks, it seems like they're trying to stop and slow down the movement. And the way that the Skyjacker Black Maxes are, they're a non-charge shock. So all that they're trying to do is smooth out the movement instead of slow it and push it and do all the stuff. And so that just changes the way it reacts to bumps and everything like that. And I get it. It is up to anybody and your guys' preference. I'm just always going to tell you about Skyjacker because I am extremely impressed with the company. I am extremely impressed with the products. And I love the way it made my 7.3 Excursion ride. And I love the way this rides. And this shouldn't ride this good. And it does. Vazel, Excursion is your first diesel. Keep hearing 7.3 is reliable. Also see it has its flaws. What's the best preventative maintenance to do? Vazel, how many miles were on that thing? Up here a ways, I think you said. There's some mileage numbers that stuff you need to look at. Some things that you can do to make it reliable. Oh, 222. So you're super young. That thing is doing really well. What's up, Dino? Dino. Hi for Excursion enthusiast. Glad you're here. We're just talking about Vasil's Excursion. He asked what he can do to his 7.3 to make it a little bit more reliable. Vasil, do you know if a transmission has been put in that yet? That would be the first thing. Make sure that transmission stays nice and cool. A lot of people will say do the 6-liter cooler. I have all the parts on my Amazon store if you do want to do that, and that will help it stay cooler. I personally, my 7.3, I have not done the 6-liter cooler yet. It's probably the right thing to do if you're going to be towing quite a bit, and you're in a place that it gets pretty warm and stuff. I think the 6-liter cooler is the right thing to do. In my Amazon store, under the idea list, you'll see the bobbed Excursion build parts, which doesn't make a ton of sense, but that's the one that I've done the transcooler in. And so I have all the parts to do that transcooler. I think it costs, with everything buying from there on Amazon, I think it costs, the 6-liter cooler, like $250, I want to say, to do it, and if you do it yourself. The other thing with the 7.3 is you want to carry a crank position sensor in your glove box. If it just dies on you randomly, it's 9 times out of 10 the crank position sensor. And most of us 7.3 owners just carry one. It's a 10mm bolt that's right up underneath one of the pulleys. That's super easy to change, and you could do it on the side of the road and get yourself back going. And so a lot of us carry those. I carry one. The other thing that's a very common point that unfortunately will probably happen to you soon, or if it already hasn't, there's a crossover fuel line that runs from the fuel bowl down the passenger side head and into the back of it, the corner of it, that has a clamp on it from the factory, and that's metal on metal, and it wears through and actually wears through the fuel line. It's a super common leak. You'll see fuel in the valley, and it sucks. And what I would do to fix that is delete the fuel bowl. Driven Diesel has a really nice fuel ball delete kit, and that comes with flexible hoses for all that. And you replace all those hoses up in there around the turbo and in the valley of the motor, and it's super nice. Again, this is not something you need to do right now. This is just something that you can put on your list to do at some point. At 300,000, I replaced belts, pulleys. I did the AC compressor because people were talking about those locking up right around 300,000 with original ones. So I did AC compressor. I also did the alternator because I heard the same thing. That was a bad idea. My alternator was fine, and then I replaced it, and then it went bad the next year, and I replaced it with a Ford one and everything. And so I kind of got screwed on that, and I don't think I would replace the alternator until I had to now. And so, but I got 2 out of it. So I was somewhere that I couldn't get to a Ford dealer to get a warranty replacement. So I bought another one without a core at Napa, and then I put it into the parking lot and jumped the truck to get it back going. And then I went back home, went to the Ford dealer, got my warranty one because they're warranty, and I put the warranty one back in. So now I have a Ford one back in it, Motorcraft, and then I have the Napa one in a box in the back of the truck. And I probably shouldn't carry it anymore, but it just feels good because I could just change it. Other than that, man, it's really just driving a 7.3 and figuring it out. You gotta watch the D-gas bottles on them. Some of them crack. In all honesty, again, mine is completely original at 348. D-gas bottles original. I put injectors in my 7.3 at 317. I didn't have a bad one, but I did have, I don't know, it was starting to run rough and really, really hard starts when it was getting cold. So I did all the glow plugs and the injectors that time. Turbo on mine is still stock. My transmission went, just so you know, my transmission went at 235,000 miles, almost dead on the dot. And so that's... But my brother's had 330 on it when we sold it on the original transmission. I have no idea. Mine had towed a lot more. That's all I can say. I don't really know. And so yeah, that's kind of the list of the 7.3 stuff. I mean, you look at the cooling system every once in a while, water pump, do all that stuff. And honestly, it's just a great engine. It is. You know, treat it nice, change the oil, and learn where the crank position sensor is. That's the biggest thing that'll put you on the side of the road, is that dang crank position sensor. Grayson Camo just posted a couple of links. The Excursion event details link, and the Excursion event is happening. You want to click on that second one. The Excursion event is the April 9th through 12th, 2026. It's in Maris Adventure Park, and if you own an Excursion, you should be there. It's going to be epic. Vasil, you're right. The injector harness valve cover under UVCH, under valve cover harness. Mine, I do not believe anybody had ever done the 50-cent mod to it, and I don't believe that we did it on this new one. When I did injectors, I just bought a new Motorcraft UVCH. It had been done once before. I don't remember the mileage, but I did have to put a under valve cover harness, probably 180,000 miles ish, I think. Yeah. Oh man, Caleb, already taking longer to start. It's got a new engine in it. It's already taking too long to start. Just kidding. And yeah, Grayson Camo also just posted the next fun thing we have planned for Geeks 4x4, and Grayson Camo are going to be there, and Project XJ is definitely going to talk his whole crew into coming, and there's going to be some great people hanging out at Trail Hero. And if you haven't heard about Trail Hero is an off-road event that happens in southern Utah. It happens right around Hurricane, Utah, and in Sand Hollow area, Sand Mountain, all that stuff. If you have ever wanted to come explore that area and you have a pretty capable off-road rig, you should come and hang out. It's one of the most fun events of the year, and I am doing a trail ride. The Geeks 4x4 official ride is, I think is it Friday the 4th? Is October, I don't know what the date is, but it's Friday of that week. It's either the 3rd or 4th. And it is on West Rim. And you have to sign up for that on Trail Hero's website. If you go to Trail Hero's website, you will see the event, and you will see signing up for trails. And if you use Geek25 on Trail Hero's website, code GEEK25, that'll get you some percentage off. It might be 10%. I do not remember. It might be 5%. I do not remember. I do apologize. But it will get you a percentage off, and you guys can sign up for the trail and help support what Trail Hero is doing, which is helping keep that area open and other areas. Trail Hero itself is founded for veterans, and the idea is to get veterans out on the trails and do all that. And so Trail Hero is an excellent organization to support, and the owner and runners and everything are just such good people that I want to share it with my fans, and that is one of the big reasons that I go every year. I choose that event every year to make sure that I get there and I see you guys and that I let you know about cool events. So I wouldn't go to things that aren't cool. If you're in here and you haven't hit that like button, I would really appreciate that. I've also got the whole super chat open if anybody wants to start the bidding today. I'm going to go with the same goal as every day or every time we go. We're going to go $75, and we're gonna just hang out and keep talking excursions either way. So, what else we got, guys? What else we got in the comments? Vasil, I hope I answered some of those questions. Probe me more if you want to know more. My 7.3 has been very good, but it's also, I am pretty meticulous about maintaining it, and it's been like that since day one because we've owned it since new. So, So yeah. Dennis, it's an interesting thing. I don't currently have it on either of my trucks. I would like it probably on Bob, and I need to get one. Diesel Power Products has them, so you can just go down there and grab one. I heard that valve can actually stick to where your transcoolant can't get to the cooler, which is a big problem. And so I might get it for Bob. The reason I haven't, and this isn't the reason, but like one of the things that's given me a hesitation about it, and honestly the 6.0 cooler for the 7.3 Excursion, is driving either of them in the winter. And the 7.3, when I lived in Spokane, I lived in Colbert, and I used to get on the freeway right away. And before the truck was warm, and it would not shift into overdrive, which meant the transmission was not warm enough to run overdrive. And so I just worry about making sure the transmission warms up enough at a point in the middle of winters when it's really cold. And I know you live over there, so I know it's really cold. And so there's a point that's good for the transmission not to warm up, but there's also a point that the transmission does need to warm up a little bit. And so, I don't know, some of these cold winter mornings, if your truck's in the garage, maybe it's just fine. But if you're starting it from outside, and mine was in the garage and the thing wouldn't shift. So I don't know, man. It just like worried me of like, this is not warm enough. And if I put something in to keep it cooler, what's it going to do? So I don't know. Not really sure. Bob needs to stay as cool as he can. And I need to keep the fluid moving nicely. As I'll get on inclines like this, and it will lose torque converter, which is a problem. Dyno steering is getting better with new tie rods, wheel bearings. While better, should I change the steering to redhead? You know, honestly, yeah, Dennis, you might have one that's stuck, and that's why you're overheating. So I think that on your truck, I would try it for sure. Do it as part of your 6-liter upgrade. Dyno, here's the take on Redhead. They make an extremely nice box. I don't know how many miles are on your Excursion, but think about it this way. If you have 250,000 miles and 25 years, those gears have done all of that stuff in 25 years in that steering gearbox, and they are probably worn out. It's like a lot of things on this truck. If you think about it, it's probably worth doing. I personally really like the way that Redheads feel, and I really like the way that they tighten up the steering. So do I think it's a needed upgrade for everybody? No, maybe not. You can tighten your stock box. I did for a really long time. But do I think that it's a really nice upgrade? Yes. And Redhead is the people. They make an extremely nice box. They make it right up here in the Pacific Northwest. They're in Post Falls, Idaho. And they are great standing behind their products. They're great at helping on the phone. And I can't recommend them enough. So this one has an 05 to 07 box in it to go with the coil swap. And then the other one has their direct factory replacement box. And no complaints out of either of them. My only thing I will say, if you're considering Redhead or Blue Top, we put a Blue Top in my brother's truck, and we put a Redhead in it a year later because it was already had tons of play. So if you're happy with your steering right now, run it for a little bit. If you want to keep going and get it even tighter, you know what to do. So easy as that, right? Yeah. Yep. Yeah, like I said, Dennis, it might be time. Heck, like I said, your cooler. Do you have the ability to look at your temperatures, Dennis? Like, yeah, I would be curious if you've got a scanner looking at the temperatures and seeing if that thing actually ever gets warm enough to hit the cooler, and then you see the temperature come back down. 6.7 steering box is another thing you can do. I have not. Did you watch Force? I have not put a 6.7 box in. Dennis, did you watch Forescan any of these times that it overheated? Like, were you watching on the monitor? Because like I said, I'd be curious if it ever, like, I mean, obviously, it went down. But it's like overheating every time you go up a hill, right? No, yeah, see, so I'd be curious. Maybe your valve is stuck, and maybe that's your big problem. You have a new forward box in it. Interesting. That's nice. Did somebody put that in there, Caleb, or did you? That's, well, it's also it's not the newer box. Where did they get a forward box? Interesting. Like I said, I tightened my steering box a lot. I had a really good alignment shop in Southern California, and they would help, and they would actually tighten the adjustment on the steering box when they aligned it, and I think that helped a ton. And mine stayed tight. I think I had 300 on it just about when I did it. Andrew Lee Jackson, what is up? Yes, sir, Andrew. We are all related through our love of a great old truck. Yes, sir. Glad you found us. Glad you are in the chat today. It's awesome. That's nice, man. Project XJ, you did some good stuff there. The owner before you did very good, and you did very good on the price. So you should feel good about it. Even though it's a 6-liter, I'll make fun of you forever. Good to see you, Andrew Lee Jackson. I think you've been in here before. I think I recognize that name, or I recognize you from the Excursion pages, but I am glad that you were in here. Hit me up with some questions. We've got the Super Chat going if you want to donate to the Old Geek, and we've got the like button active, and that's right underneath the chat or something on your pages. I don't really know. And we got a poll down here if you own an Excursion. We have got 65% of our people today that have voted in the poll own an Excursion. That might be a new record for as far as we have gone so far. So pretty awesome. That's awesome, Andrew. What year, what motor? Tell me about it. Tell me what you got. 4-wheel drive. What are you building? Are you building anything cool, or just trying to make it run and reliable in a good rig? We were talking about reliability on the 7.3 a little bit ago. Nobody's made fun of me that hard for V10 stuff. Nobody said anything about spark plugs shooting into the moon yet, so that's nice. I don't know. I don't have anything else. Just here, hanging out with you guys, having a good old time, enjoying some chat with the geek. I don't know. I guess I'm the geek. If you're new in here and you're just hanging out, I am Bryce from Geeks 4x4. I guess I'm like the Excursion guy on the internet, so that's kind of fun. Do love being there. And yeah, if you want to know anything about the Excursion, or if you are interested in Ford Excursions at all, you should come and hang out on my channel, and it's kind of fun to watch. If you want to see this one do crazy off-road things, stupid off-road things, you should definitely come on the channel. Vasil B, favorite beer. Currently, I like Icicle Brewing's Alpen Haze. I'm pretty much a sucker for any hazy IPA. Dennis says the spark plug issue is OE, operator error. Love it. Love that a lot. Jason, need to buy a Forescan license to program a key. Paying is a pain. Yeah, it is a pain. I didn't pay for it. I just bought the adapter. We got the free one on the computer so we could play with the speedometer. Andrew Jackson is working on a 2000 XLT 4-wheel drive, planning on doing something nice. 8-inch lift, maybe twin turbos. It's a 5.42 valve. 5.4 Excursion. Heck yeah, brother. Love it. I would love to see a twin turbo on a 5.4. You should probably put the Cal Van kit in that thing first so that that extra compression does not blow the spark plugs to the moon. I kid. But that sounds rad. Sounds great. 8-inch lift seems tall, but I know a lot of you guys like them a lot taller. I commented back to somebody today that said he had a 10-inch lift to clear his 40s and didn't trim anything. And I was like, I think that's great. I'm sure it looks great. But I can't imagine being in an Excursion with a 10-inch lift on a hill sitting like this, like I used this truck for. There's no way I would feel good about that. So you guys do your thing and do it. Andrew, if you are looking at lift kits and you want to buy a really nice kit, I was talking about my affiliation with Skyjacker earlier. And so if you use the code Geeks4x410 on Skyjacker, you get 10% off. I also get a little commission. So that's kind of cool. And you get to help me. Skyjacker makes a really nice kit for that. And I do believe they actually make an 8-inch kit. I think it's a 6 and an 8 that they do for the Excursion. So, really nice. Great. Excellent company. Excellent company, Skyjacker. Dang. Yes, Geeks 4x410. Yes, sir, Andrew Lee Jackson. Geeks 4x410 will get you 10% off at Skyjacker. Project XJ asks, how did your channel get its name? That is a great question. Thank you for asking that. So when I don't know what age I was. There was I needed to get an email. And my brother and I kind of sat, my brother was techier than me, still is. And we sat down, we tried to come up with an email, and we kind of came up with like a geek. And I was always kind of a geek, and I kind of just leaned into that. On the Buggy News, and on Buggy News, I was a geek with a buggy. On Beat Your Truck RC forums, I was a geek with a Baja. My other emails are right around those things. And when it went to come up with a crazy name, I didn't want to be really specific. I didn't really know what this channel was when it started out. It really started out as like kind of an off-road channel, kind of, I don't even know what. I only had the LJ and the white Excursion at the time. And I was like, you know what? Geeks 4x4 is like super inclusive, right? For the fact of like, I'm not saying I'm the Ford Excursion channel or like something like that, even though that would probably be better for SEO. So Geeks 4x4 was born, and it was like, well, I'm still a geek and I'm into 4x4s, so let's just do Geeks 4x4. So that's kind of what it is. Simple as that. Andrew, keeping the leaf springs. Love it, man. Leaf springs are just fine. I have zero issues with leaf springs, and my only, the biggest thing that I got from the coils that I love on the trail when I'm actually wheeling this truck is the turning radius from the coil spring Dana 60. The brakes, whatever. I'm not that impressed with the brakes. They still don't stop the dang thing. And what else do they? Oh, the coils. The coils are fine. I'm not really hugely sold. I don't like how low the 4-link thing hangs. It's annoying. Super Studley 71. Yes. So my first email is a geek on a bike. So Gracie Camo just posted the link to Skyjacker if you want to use that code. I was about the same age, Project XJ, when I came up with the geeks thing. And so, like I said, it's just rolled through. And here we are. It's been, almost 20 years later, and still being a geek and still, pursuing it in the thing. So it's kind of fun. It's been really fun. I got some more votes. 67% are owners now. Heck yeah, Andrew Lee Jackson. You just rip off that SEO straight from me, man. Just be the Ford Excursion guy. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything about SEO or any of that. I am just a guy that likes building trucks, and I do really, really like talking to people and educating people and helping people learn things. And so that's what the whole channel is for, guys. I mean, that's when people come here, I hope that's what they get. So it's really fun. I had a guy this week that said one of my videos was completely useless. and in a very long way, very nitpicky and take it away, and that hurt a little. But it's not good for it's not perfect for everybody, and I'm okay with that. And if he's at a point in his life that video was not useful for him, that's fine, because the other 10,000 people that watched it really liked it. So. Yeah, always going to have haters, Andrew. Dennis, I personally, well, Grayson Camo, you still on here? Uh, Personally, I have not run PSC stuff, but I know a ton of people that have, Dennis, and it is more expensive. I will give them that. You have to run a specific fluid, which is the other downside, but they R&D the ever-loving heck out of their stuff, and they build really, really nice things. That company is another one of those companies that is just solid, super nice people. I know the owners, and they are an excellent company. I would run their stuff if it was more of a budget thing, and because I'm kind of the budget guy along with the Excursion guy, right? So try not to spend tons of money, so that if you really did want to duplicate what I'm doing, you're not going to have to spend tons of money. So I ended up with the Redneck Ram, and yeah, Andrew, Redhead is who you would want to go with from those two options. Dennis was asking about PSC, and Andrew, I don't know how big a tire you're looking at running, but if you are looking, here's what I would do, Andrew. If you're building, even if you're going to stay with the leaf springs, I would do something different and crazy. Hear me out for a second. Yeah, Grayson Camo run PSC's RAM on their thing. But yes, yeah, no, I totally agree, Dennis. I've run a Redhead box in my white truck for a really long time, no question. 20 with 35, so you're not going that big, Andrew. Here's would be my other idea, Andrew, is that you should consider going with a 6 or the 2005 to 2007 box. If you're going to go 8 inches of lift, Andrew, you're going to want a 37. Heck yeah, man. You're probably going to want a 40 with that much lift, but it's up to you. And here's why I would say, and you could totally just run that newer box, 2005 to 2007. They have an HD version of that box, which the freaking... The shaft has to be 1.25 inches. It is insane, the size of it. It's got a 5-bolt head on the top of it, and you can get it ported and everything for hydro, which is also, if you're going to wheel this truck that you're building at all, you're going to want hydro. And you can upgrade to that box. There's a video on my channel that's completely going through exactly how to upgrade it with all the information. The biggest thing is you need a little bit longer bolts on the steering box. Other than that, it's all straightforward. Oh, and the other thing is, if you're going to keep the factory tie rods and stuff, which you don't have to anymore, you could put a big old Heim joint. The tie rod on a 2005 to 2007, the thread that goes through is bigger. So the stock one for your leaf sprung axle, upgrading, exactly. For the stock one for your leaf sprung axle is going to have a smaller thing, so you could either sleeve it, or you could call somebody, and I bet Trevor might be able to just like put this joint on there at PMF, but he might be able to put the big joint from the 2005 to the 2007 onto a drag link for you for your leaf sprung truck or something, that you could have this you should see the freaking joint on the top of this thing is insane on the steering on Bob. So but yeah, I mean, if you're gonna run big tires and do big stuff, you might as well get the upgrades to go with it. Yeah, so Grayson Camo runs just hydro assist. Oh, you do have the steering box in there. So the specialty fluid is annoying. You don't have to refill all the time, but a quart is like $12 a bottle at Northridge. Yeah, so that's
my other big issues with PSC, and it's really not. It's like GM fluid or something. I think you can use something else, but Grayson Camo have been running the like really specific fluid for the whole time, and so why not keep running it? And but I was talking to his son at EJS this year. I had him look at my RAM and everything, and he was telling me about he goes, I'd actually be surprised even you running their nicer fluid. He goes, we've done so much research that we know that this fluid, it just doesn't foam, it just doesn't do all the stuff that you expect. I'm running transmission fluid, and the reason for that is because I only have to carry engine oil and transmission fluid. I don't really need antifreeze, so just throw water in it. And other than that, those are the fluids that I use. Brake fluid, who needs brakes? And so it's really nice to just be able to carry transmission fluid. But I probably need to try what he said, because mine pretty much overheats and boils or foams almost every wheeling trip. And it's not that bad. It's not like dumping out anymore, but it's bubbling over enough that the top of the reserve canister, on the fender well over there, the V10, is always covered in a little bit of transmission fluid. So yeah. But yeah, they R&D the heck out of it, Dennis. And if you want to truly upgrade and you're okay with spending the coin, then it's an extremely nice upgrade. I don't think you're going to be disappointed with it. It's just expensive. So, yeah, I don't think I've heard anybody ever disappointed. That's a lot of people come back with that on the forums now, or on the Excursion pages, is how they're like, I tried Redhead and Blue Top, and I ended up buying a PSC, and I'm so much happier. So, but like I said, run a 6.7 box instead. Or not a 6.7, an 05 to 07 box instead. Yeah, Merc is not that much on Amazon. It's like $28 or $25 for a gallon or something, I think. It's pretty cheap. So it's the more problem with the fact is not the cost, Dennis. It's the fact that it's their specific fluid, and you can't walk into AutoZone and buy it. It's not a common enough fluid that every auto parts store carries it. Where when you're doing what we're doing, so like Grayson Camo just has to carry a quart, because then he always has it. That's the problem with the specific fluid, which on the road, probably fine. Off-road it's just so much different, because like if somebody needs power steering fluid, it's gonna be like, what can we put in it? Trans fluid. and PSC like says they'll void their warranty and stuff if you do it, and that sucks. So Greg carries a quart so that he always has it. So because off-road, you break stuff. Lines fail, hydros leak. The usual. And we all have hydro. Like I said, I don't think that you would be sad or disappointed in spending the money to get a PSC box. Tom and the boys build some nice stuff. They're legit, and they're another USA-based company. They're based out of Texas, and they wheel hard, and they take care of their people. And they're solid. Wish I could get a sponsorship from them. No, those companies just don't. Everybody I talked to about it when I was building this and getting my RAM and everything they don't make enough profit to like really have a little guy like me sponsored. So. Ugh, Dennis, that sucks. So yeah, so you get what I'm saying. I don't know that their steering boxes do require that. I think it might just be the RAM, along with the steering box. I'm not really sure, because everybody in the off-road world is running their box along with a RAM. So, and you wouldn't need to run a RAM, obviously. I mean, you're not gonna put big old tires on that truck and do stuff with it. So there's no reason to have a RAM.
At least I wouldn't spend the money. All right, going on 90 minutes of live. Super chat is open, and nobody's helping that goal today. So I don't know what's going on there. Just kidding. But either way, it's been great just talking to everybody, and we are just having a great time. Any other excursion questions, please do not hesitate to put them in the comments. I will not judge you, I promise. Except if you have a 6-liter like Project XJ. And yeah, let's see. Next event, Trail Hero. If you are interested in coming and wheeling with the Bobbed Excursion, or just saying hi, and you have an off-road vehicle, Trail Hero is where you should be the first week of October, for sure. Sorry, Ossifer, there is. Very much. I'm pretty sure Yukon, for the front, you mean? But I'm pretty sure Yukon makes their helical type thing, or any of those helical type limited slips. I mean, yeah, there's tons of stuff made for the Dana 60. I don't know exactly off the top of my head exactly who's making what, but look at Yukon's site, look at, yeah, all that stuff. Somebody, they definitely do, because they make lockers and everything else for the 60. Yeah, I bet every gear company makes a limited slip. Yeah, I bet just about every company that makes limited slips probably makes a limited slip-ish for a Dana 60. So, yeah, so the next event is Trail Hero. Trail Hero it's just special, guys. If you are an off-road person and you've been to other events and you're like, oh, I don't really like events, Trail Hero is the outlier. And, yeah, I'm not afraid to say it. That's my favorite event of the year. It is by far the one that I would never miss, and it is just pretty fun. Yeah, Yukon's is dirt grip. Yeah, sorry, Ossifer. A limited slip in the front would be stellar, and you probably don't want an automatic locker in that. But yeah, anybody that makes them will make it. You know, you can spend a lot of money on a limited slip, or you can just get, or on a helical gear one, or you can just get a typical limited slip. And yeah. So anyway, back to Trail Hero. Trail Hero it's just fun. You have trails in the morning, and then you get done, and you either go to the vendor show or you go to the event that's happening that night. Every afternoon and night, there's music festival at night, and then every afternoon there is off-road stuff. So there's like side-by-side races, or We Rock competitions, or Trail Breaker, which is the most insane rock crawling thing you've ever seen. And that happens every evening, every night. And so then you go down and you go party at the thing. It's just an all-out fun time. We get to go and enjoy the incredible area that is there. Sand Mountain is incredible. And if you have not been and wheeled around Sand Hollow and St. George, you're missing out on one of the best places in the country to wheel. And so you should come. It's September 29th to October 4th. I think my run then is on the 3rd. I think it's Friday, October 3rd, and it's the West Rim Geeks 4x4. Geeks 4x4 West Rim, I think is how it's said online. And use the coupon code GEEK25 for some percentage off. 10%, something like that. Great. Yeah, so I was going to say that. So Project XJ, I mentioned it. Sorry, Ossifer. That a limited slip is actually more complex and less durable than a automatic style locker, because of the way that they are.
The helical gear ones, though, Caleb, I think I would argue that the helical gear ones might be, they're maybe more still complex, but there's more gears and hard parts in them than even some of the lockers. And, well, maybe not more, but the helical ones are really cool. They're nice. They like ratchet up as they spin. So they tighten more as they spin, is what the helical thing does. So that's what I want to put in the back of my white truck, is a helical limited slip. It doesn't really see off-road at all, but it would just be nice to know that I had two tires spinning if ever I wanted to. So, and then Gracie Camo just posted a link to the Trail Hero sign-up page. And so if you are interested in coming and hanging with us at Trail Hero, would love to have you. So that's the link right there. Geek25 gets you, I believe it's 10% off. Yeah. Yeah, sorry, Ossifer, I get that. That's exactly pretty much what you are talking about, because of the complexity of a selectable locker. That's why I went with an automatic locker, like the Detroit. So the Detroit, but the problem with the Detroit is that whenever you're under power, it's locked in. And so if you are in four-wheel drive on the street and with your front tires wearing, it doesn't really work that well for four-wheel drive on the street in the front. It's not really what you want in life. But yes, I agree, a limited slip is cleaner. For the front, the best options for a front diff, limited slip's good. Selectable locker, obviously better. And it's not just air lines and air compressor, though. You can get an electric locker. You can also get a cable-driven aux locker. And the cable-driven aux locker is actually, like, the most reliable, coolest thing out there. So yeah. Yeah, no, the helical gear thing makes so much sense to me. That's what's so cool about, I'm going to put them in the rear and stuff. I think that's a stellar design, and it seems like it would work really well. And yeah, exactly. No friction plates to wear, no friction modifier, and it's just gonna work. So yeah. But yeah, sorry, Ossifer. Yukon would be my suggestion. I really like their stuff. I have zero issues with it. I've put like 7,000 miles on my Yukon stuff now, and I like it a lot. It works good. But the automatic locker is like almost cheaper than some of these really nice helical gear limited slips. So if you could just put an automatic locker in the back, and then you don't have to worry about the front. I would not put an automatic locker in the front, I don't think. Again. Or I shouldn't say again. I would not put an automatic locker in the front of a vehicle that was going to be street driven mostly. I did it in this. It's still mostly street driven. Front limited slip or the helical. I don't know what was stock. Where's my water? There it is. I thought lockers were stock on the Raptor, or just a locker in the rear. I think Amazon's here. For their daily dose. My daily dose of Amazon, yeah. Gotta have it. Amazon's over there dropping off. I don't want to like yell loudly. Sorry, Ossifer. No. I really don't like that type of thing. I've wheeled a manual transmission most of my life, and a lot of people have asked me about that, and I just don't really have any need for that. My foot is trained. It's not erratic. Especially with automatic transmission, there's just really no need. There are some people that have done that. I don't know, just not for me. It's not my thing. I'll go 2 foot and run my foot on the brake if I need to. Do smoother. Oh yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Just seems a little weird to me. You have an automatic, just use your foot a little bit, use your brake, slow yourself down, and do the old 2 foot thing and let her rip. But everybody has different preferences. I'm only going to make fun of you a little bit. Also, if you haven't hit that like button, you should. And also, the super chat is open. So if anybody wants to, contribute to this dumb excursion stuff, you let me know. You just put some money in that. You just go. Just do your thing. Yeah, that's interesting. Like I said, it's just not. I have no need for that. Well, the manual transmission, I have seen people do it on their shifter. And they're like almost a throttle on their shifter. I don't know. My LJ has 100-to-1 crawl ratio. I've never found something that I couldn't come out of in first gear in 4 low. I got yelled at one time that it was too fast. And I was like, it's 100-to-1. What do you want? 200-to-1 crawl ratio, buddy? Chill yourself down. That's also when I laid it on its side, so it's fine. It's fine. What else we got, though? We got lots of people in here. Ask your excursion questions. Would love to answer and hang out with them. Hang out with you. Get to know you as my people. Just poll, guys. This is the highest percentage of excursion owners I think we've ever had in here. So that's super cool. Giggity, what up? Yes, sir, it does. That was the first thing I checked. It does catch a little bit on the catch. So it's a little bit harder to open, but it opens just fine. I'll open it for you. Yeah. But as you can hear, maybe, it's just got like a little bit more of a hit than it should. I haven't really played with it. It needs to go down. I need to get on it and pull it down a little bit. It went up when it got hit, so I got to pull it down a little bit. So yeah, Giggity, I'm glad you're in here. Good to see your name again this here week. I know you're in here a ton. Also, guys, I think that this is going to be the last Wednesday one for the summer. I don't know. I need to look at my schedule, and I'll post it and everything and let you guys know. But I need to figure out exactly what day of the week I'm going to be like, okay, once I start up with the theater thing again, because that's going to start in 2 weeks. Next week we're on vacation, so I could do live from Hawaii. I don't know if you guys care much about that, but yeah. Now, sorry, Ossifer. Now, that is more of a use that I think people would use that type of thing for. But again, I'm just not the person. This truck will have something like that. I don't know, actually, if it does that. It's probably going to get a Premier Power Welder or something similar on this truck at some point. And so you'll need to sit in there and play with the idle. But yeah, that would be cool to have like some sort of thing. It's just a cable-driven idle, so it's not that hard. You could just build a little clamp and and rope and just do whatever you want with it. But yeah, I mean, it's just cable driven on a throttle body, so you could, in theory, just do it at idle. I'm not saying that it's a bad idea. I'm just saying that for me, it's just not something that I've ever thought about and needed. You know, people do a lot of things that I've never thought about and needed, and that is okay. I'm just here to support and give my opinion that nobody wants to hear. Just try, you know, try my best. Oh man. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Got to take my white truck out this weekend. We've loaded 7 people in it. Put the boat in the water. Sat on the water for a long time. The whole driver's door? You sure it's not in the pillar next to your ear? My brothers did that. Huh. And also, are you sure it wasn't in the floor? You got two options. So my brothers had a rattle in the pillar, and I don't know what that was. So you could look in the pillar, and then the floor, the body mount bushing sometimes will feel like they're coming from the door, but you can feel it in your foot. And those are the biggest ones. But no, I haven't noticed. I don't have a particularly rattly door, and I've cut the bottoms off of my doors, so I don't know. It sounds weird. The ones that rattle on mine are the back, the rear doors, off-road. I'm kind of thinking about doing that F-150. I guess the F-150 has the same strikers, but they have like a rubber piece on them. And I'm kind of thinking about doing those on my Excursions because apparently they keep the door tighter so it doesn't rattle. Like these rattle in and out of them, the clips. So my white one gets annoying sometimes. But honestly, this one has an annoying rattle with the shifter. The strikers don't adjust the family main. So you actually can't move them in or play with them for some reason. They just kind of, like they don't have enough movement to really move and fix something like that, if that makes sense. Yeah, because like I loosened that striker immediately after it got hit and tried to make it work better, and I couldn't do it. Yeah, I don't know what his sound is, but yeah, the doors on these, it is rattling in the striker. What happens, I think, is the rubber snubbers that come on from the factory, they start wearing down on the rear doors, and then they actually will rattle and move a little bit. And like I said, the F-150 ones, if you look them up, I don't know what years they are, but they're a square and they've got a rubber piece. So the door actually closes hard into that rubber piece, and it can't move in and rattle on the striker. So it's something that I need to do. But you have to go find those at a junkyard or on eBay. They're expensive. So I haven't done that. But yeah. What? What, giggity? A 94 Stingray? Really? That's the same year, too. The same, is that a 2, what is mine, a 202 or something? I don't even know what it is. It's got some numbers on the side of it. 206? I don't really know. I paid way too little for that boat, and it's been great. No, I've had to do a ton of work to that boat. But it is a really cool boat. I really like the Stingray. I'm impressed with the Stingray build quality and all that. I like it. Now I just need to finish some stuff. It's getting close. It's running pretty good. We had a great time pulling the kids around. Neighbor came with us. Actually, the family main came with us. And pulled his kids around for a couple hours. It was a great time. Interesting. Sorry, Ossifer. I don't know. I just go around banging on stuff, see if you can recreate it. That's what I do. No back issue. Yeah, I survived. My back still freaking hurts. I don't know. It's getting old. It's really fun. Oh, nice. Yeah, maybe mine is a 609. I don't know. It's like 19 foot is what I know about it. It's great. It's a great little boat. And it's got enough room in it that you can actually have people in it and not feel terribly. Well, 8 full-grown adults is much worse than 5 full-grown adults and 2 kids. So I will say that. But it's doable. We had 8 4th of July last year. We had 8 full-grown adults and a 100-pound husky. And man, we were crowded. And the husky was not stoked about being on the boat, and so he was starfished on the floor, holding on. Poor Loki, man. Loki is not a boat fan. Oh, he's only 70 pounds? Excuse me. He just looks like he's 110 because of floof. He's heavy enough. He's large. Big enough that he was in the way, starfished on the floor. Yeah, it was hilarious. So, that was when we realized the boat could be bigger. Also, it was fine. Still had a great time. Yeah, he was just like holding on for dear life. It was hilarious. Yeah, if you guys want to see more content with huskies in it, you should follow Grayson Camo Adventures on the Instagram and Goose the JT. Goose the JT has been growing in popularity because she's posting pictures with doggos. So if you want to see huskies do the off-road thing, you should go follow them. Also, is it the Blind JK? I think it's the Blind JK. Nobody cares about that, though. It's broken right now. Nobody really wants it. Are you putting the bearings on currently? And does What's-His-Face have the right tool, or did you have to buy the tool? What else we got, guys, in the Excursion world? What is going on? Like I said, the Excursion event is happening April 9th through the 12th. That is in Maris Adventure Park in Texas. It's about as central of the United States that I can possibly get. If you are complaining about your drive, I don't want to hear it. Just kidding. You can complain about your drive. That's fine. But I'm driving 26 hours in this truck behind me on 40s with a 23-gallon gas tank. I don't want to hear the excuses. It's gonna be awesome. I'm so excited. We're gonna do. Oh, Greg, I don't know if you were in here. There has been some calling out for awards for the longest ownership. I thought of another award for the most excursions owned. I think I should do an award for the biggest tire with the littlest lift, and then I win it. But these are awards we'll give out at the car show. So it'll be great. And yeah, award for the most doors. Yeah, we could see if somebody showed up with an 8-door. I don't know if we'll get any 6 doors. That'd be fun. There might be a limo coming that's lifted. Yeah. Oh, well. Full wheel assembly is not helpful when the fact is that it doesn't have a full wheel assembly. It has a full float. What are they selling that's a full... I'll call you later. You just need the bearings. The full wheel assembly would be for the actual JK. That doesn't exist. Yeah, award for the most doors. That would be great. Yeah, it's just one. Just one. One socket with the 4. I got to do my seal. I'm realizing I'm leaving in 1 month. So I have to do my outer axle seals on the rear end. Lifted limos make tons of sense. I definitely need one. I don't know why I don't own one yet, but it feels like I need to own one. So, I also had the opportunity a couple years ago to buy a limo for $1,500, and I should have gone and given the guy cash. And then my YouTube career would have taken off, and everybody'd be donating to me on the super chat. Instead, I cut one short, and nobody's interested in the super chat. Just kidding. Yeah, I don't know. That's pretty funny, though. Chris Flood, how are you, man? So, Chris is saying that he doesn't know if he can make it to this year's, but he would like to in the future. Just bought an 0173 pan to build it as a family wheeling rig. That is so awesome, Chris. Where are you based out of, my friend? That sounds like an excellent build idea. How extreme are you going to go on the wheeling? What size tire and where do you want to go wheeling with this 0173? I love the idea. I mean, I just love the idea of another Excursion built to wheel. It's fun. It's way more fun than a Jeep. Jeeps are so lame. Yeah. Northern Utah, dude. Yeah, you're in Wheeling Mecca. You should come down. I don't know if you want to come and use it a little bit. You should come to Trail Hero, man. Trail Hero is the first week of October. It's in St. George, and I don't know if that truck is built at all yet, or if you want to just see what it will do in stock form. But if you want to come, shoot me an email or message me on Facebook or Instagram or whatever. And email's geeks4x4@gmail. Just so I say that again. geeks4x4@gmail. You could totally come to Tokerville Falls with us, no problem. You could probably do Razzle Dazzle stock. I'll get you I'll make sure you don't go through some of the harder stuff. But you could probably do Razzle Dazzle just fine. The Geeks 4x4 run is on West Rim. And I could get you around some of the stuff, but you'd have to like leave the trail and then come back and stuff. So that one wouldn't quite be as fun. But if you wanted to come, just shoot me an email. Let me know. It's stock. I think you'd still have a good time. Just coming and hanging out. Trail Hero sign up is right there. Coupon code GEEKS25 gets you, I believe, 10% off on your Trail Hero signups. And like I said, Chris, that is, you are so close, my friend. You're 3.5, 4 hours max. So, it's worth coming. It's awesome. Even just to come and say hi. You can come, well, I'm going to be driving through there, obviously, because I live in Washington. But, yeah. Oh, yeah. Nice. Sounds great, Chris. You have some great ideas. Mercenary makes some of the freaking nicest bumpers on the planet. I wish I had the coin to pay for them. I just built my own instead. But Mercenary, and that company is excellent. I'm sure you're right there local, or they're right there probably pretty local to you. Yeah, 4 kids do make an excursion necessary. Have you seen the Mercenary Excursion, the red one? It's probably why you bought an Excursion, right? That's why I started building Bob. And Carly makes some great stuff. Here would be my suggestion to add to it. I definitely would run those bumpers. I definitely love the idea of Carly suspension. I've never run Carly, though, so I really have no idea. It just seems like people like them. If you want my 2 cents, I would 100% for a wheeling rig look to swap the axles to a 2005 to 2007 so you get the wider axles. And then you can run a 17 really easy with a nice offset instead of like a really deep offset. and you get the Dana 60 in the front. The coolest part about the 05 to 07 is the turning radius. The turning radius on the 05 axle is insanely different than a stock Excursion axle. And so for wheeling, like, I couldn't do some of the stuff that you've seen videos of if I had, like, without, like, 18-point turns and stuff, if I still had the stock axle on it. So I would look into that. I have all the videos on this channel about what I did to swap it. PMF makes some really nice bracketry and everything to put factory stuff on there and then use their arms. You could also get PMF bracketry and run all Carly stuff for the 05 to 07 if that's what you're set on. Totally understand that. I'm a Skyjacker proponent, so I freaking love Skyjacker shocks and I love their springs. I'm not running any of their like control arms and stuff because they're too long for my height. And so yeah, that would be my, and swapping the rear axle is really easy. Just put it on the factory springs. Fourth row. Yeah, I think somebody did say it was a factory option. I really don't know enough about it to really speak on it. I saw one time, and I don't know if it was a rear facing one. It was a guy that had CNG swapped his, it was when I lived in Utah, and he was showing me his fourth row, and I don't remember all the details. It's been a long time. That's about the closest I've gotten to knowing anything about a fourth row. I don't have enough kids or know enough people to fill an Excursion with 4 rows. I'm making Excursion smaller here. So yeah, I don't really know. Thought you were going to say something about what's going on right now, which is everybody talking about the fact that you can flip the third row around, but you really can't flip the third row around, but you can't. It's weird. I don't really understand why you would want to do that, but okay. So yeah, Chris, I love your ideas. I hope to get to wheel with you, my friend. Like I said, I'll be down there in October at Sand Hollow if you want to come check out the truck. If you do email me, I could be talked into stopping maybe. I don't really stop. I typically go to Yuba State Park on my way down. Yeah, I don't understand. People are like, well, it does. It's like, no, well, the wheels are off to one side of the mount, and all the mounts are off to the other side because the wheels go down next to the clips. So, yes, it works for the reverse ones because they're in the center or something weird, but it doesn't work. Why? Why do you want to do that? I don't understand. No, okay. I let my opinion come out too much. Excuse me. No, I don't understand it. So, somebody could tell me why that's a massive saga. The why having a third row facing backwards is so great. Do it in the comments right now. But I don't know. Oh yeah, that's an interesting idea. Giggity, Chris just said, I think you probably saw it, look into Jeep JK rear seat bracket for the fourth row. I think that's actually probably a good idea because those floors are pretty pretty flat. In theory, you could do a TJ too and just do a really narrow one, or take a TJ seat, cut it, widen it. Yeah, Gen X nostalgia. Yeah, I know you guys grew up in the back of station wagons facing the other way. You thought it was the coolest thing ever to flash the cars behind you. Nice. Yeah, we always had SUVs, so I don't know anything about wagons. We had Suburbans until everybody got mad at GM for blowing up every transmission ever. And we had the Suburbans with the Excursion forever. Well, there you go. You got brackets. The JK seats be better, though, because they've got a headrest. So you even get the headrest. But then you only get 2 more seats. I don't think either of the Jeep seats are wide enough for actually 3 butts. They might have 3 seat belts on them, but they're not wide enough for 3. The TJ one, heck no, it's not wide enough for 3 butts. My TJ seat is like, yeah, it's tiny. GD, so lives are only done in this way, portrait. I do have long form videos on my channel that are done in the landscape mode. And then what you're seeing most of the time, though, from me is shorts and lives. And the lives are only allowed to be this way as of right now on my phone, I guess. I don't know, maybe I could do a live the other way on some other device, but I'm only able to do it from my my phone. So it does not let me go live in a landscape mode. That's a great question, though. Yeah, so kind of funny. And then, yeah, I just do the shorts because they're easier to get up, and I'm not currently, like, working on the truck, so I don't have great content for our long... No, you're good. Like I said, I'm glad. I love talking about this kind of stuff with you guys, so any questions you have about running a channel or doing a channel, bring them to this. I am an open book, and I am more than happy to help you guys with any questions you have or just random whatevers. Yeah, I'm not currently working on the truck, so I don't have any like long form videos that are landscape. But I did just see a new feature that I want to tell you guys about. Again, I said it about earlier. There's a new feature that's like boosting, that you guys can do something pretty soon as a viewer on a long form landscape type video. Within the first 7 days of posting, you guys can click a button and actually boost it up to the algorithm and give it points for the algorithm. And so I'm hoping that when I do a long form again, you guys would help me boost, and because you guys can actually tell the algorithm, we like this, we want more people to watch this, and that would be epic if that's a thing. And so yeah. Justin One Chains looking for a 7.3 Excursion. Mine is sick. Well, I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. This one's not a 7.3. My white one's a 7.3. But this is my cool one. My white one's just my everything one. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. Where are you located, and what are you looking for in a 7.3 Excursion? What's your plans and goals and future Social Security card numbers? Just kidding. Yeah. Appreciate it, GD. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm hoping, like I said, probably the next planned long form is going to be Trail Hero stuff. So I will have my editor there with me and people filming and stuff. And so we're going to do some more off-road videos for you guys from Trail Hero. And I don't know if we'll be able to get them out, if we can get one out that week and then get the rest of them edited right there and get them ready to go. I think the editor's coming. Greg, is the editor coming? And so hopefully we can knock some videos out and get you guys a few more off-road videos of the old Bob Excursion here. And then you guys can boost them, because those have not done well, which is really annoying, because I know you guys like watching the Bob Excursion wheel. And so they have like, they're all around 1,000 views. And it's like, this truck, I think the videos are decent. Am I wrong? My off-road videos bad? Somebody scrutinize me right now. Tell me the direct truth. Do you like the way we do off-road videos or not? Illinois. Yes, Justin. Yeah, they are a pretty good tow rig. I will be honest with you, Justin. If you didn't already read all this and all that, thanks for hanging, Dennis. Appreciate you. The Excursions need some work to be a really good tow rig. The suspension on them was really soft from the factory, and so 20 years has not done great things to them. So plan on spending some money and getting V and C code springs probably from Junior at ATS Spring. And then, whatever you're going to have to do to the steering and stuff to make it tight, and you'll have a pretty good tow rig. Maybe some airbags to help, depending on how big your toy hauler is, or your travel trailer is, you know, to make sure everything is nice and tight. And then, yeah, you will have a pretty darn good tow rig. The 7.3 Excursion is one of the best. And, I mean, obviously the best SUV to do it. IFS and IRS don't really help you towing. So yeah. That sounds awesome, Justin. That sounds like you got the right idea, and just find yourself a nice one now. Take your time. Don't be afraid. The other thing is, when you're searching for them, don't be afraid to travel. I think it's worth it to travel. 24 foot. Well, you are nice and short, and I think you're doing it the right way then, because you're not going to be overloading the truck. It's not even going to care about a 24-foot trailer. And you upgrade a couple little things, and you're going to be able to tow that thing wherever you want in style and comfort of owning the best SUV ever built, my friend. Appreciate the subscribe. There is a bunch of, there is videos on my channel about how to do that spring swap. Anything you see the white Excursion in is what you want to look at. The white Excursion is built to do what you're hoping to do with it. So I have a Wander Fix series because Yep. Florida, Texas, California's another one. You're gonna pay more money though, and you're gonna pay more money in Texas too. Arizona's a good one. Honestly, Pacific Northwest. I don't love to tell everybody about my secret little spot, but Excursions are undervalued up here, and you can find a good one for pretty cheap. And we don't use salt either. They might be wet. They might have some. You need to double check that there's not rot in them. This one I bought up here, I don't know if it's lived here forever, though. It had some rot in it. So, yeah. Interesting, Chris. Chris, have you watched any of my wheeling videos? Just curious. I just love bouncing stuff off you guys, and this is what I love about the live. I need to probably get off pretty soon, but I figure let's bounce this around for a few minutes, and then I'll let you guys go. But no problem, Justin. Yeah, I think you're in the right direction, my friend. And if you do want to look at one in the PNW, feel free to reach out to me. DMs on every social platform, Geeks4x4, or email me at geeks4x4@gmail. I'd be happy to go look at one for you before you fly out here. So that's kind of I have a consulting service about building them and stuff, but I also am happy to do it pretty cheap and go look at one if you help me pay for gas to go look at it. But yeah, I love these trucks. So helping somebody that's very interested in getting one find a good one, I'm down. Yeah, so we got to get a little better at telling our story. I do agree. And yeah, I'd just be curious if anybody has watched the wheeling videos and has any honest, hard critiquing feedback. Man, I would love to hear it. We're trying to get better at filming. It's hard because I made a lot of friends, but everybody likes to drive, and we don't really have passengers because we all have our own vehicles, and so getting the film is actually hard because so. Heck yeah, Justin, that sounds great. We were in Illinois in April. We just literally drove into Illinois from St. Louis to take a picture with the sign and turn around and come back. That's as far into Illinois as I've been. Yeah, Chicago, though, sounds a little scary. Scary for an excursion. You're going to need a good security system. At least that's what I hear. I really have no idea. But that big city, not for me. So yeah. But yeah, if anybody has watched our wheeling videos and has any great critiques, we are trying to get better at them. We only get together and do some good stuff a couple times a year, so it's a little hard to really get into the practice of it. But we're working on it. We're trying to get it. I just want the wheeling videos to be good enough that you guys get to see and enjoy this dumb, wild truck off-road. And if they don't get seen, then that's a bummer, because it's a fun truck to watch off-road. It's really quite fun. So, Grayson Camo, you still on here? I was telling the family main that I have a passenger seat possibly for Trail Hero. So we'll see. We'll see what he says. Oh no, I'm not taking this criticism. You're good. So yeah, and it's hard, Chris. I mean, I totally get it. It's not criticism. It is I want the criticism because I want to build and I want to get better, and I want to make stuff that you guys want, and that's the idea with the fixing videos, right? I'm trying to make it's as you've seen, because I'm sure you've seen things in my videos. You're like, I couldn't see that or whatever, and you just did. It's still just me, and so when it's just one person in a garage trying to film stuff, it's a little harder to get all of the shots and all the angles and all that stuff. And so I'm, always trying to get better, always trying to, my videos, the idea is that I help you out. And so I know some of them are helpful and I know some of them aren't. And I do my best every time. And I'm not a computer tech nerd. I'm not the best editor. I'm shooting on my iPhone, and I'm shooting as I do a project. And so I'm just out here trying to help some people. That said, my iPhone, and I did get a cool mic recently, but I'm currently not using it, and I don't use it enough. I'm going to try and use it on the trail more. Because we've got wind and stuff, and I haven't done enough videos. I don't do very many videos outside because if it's windy at all, the iPhone mic picks up all the wind and makes the audio terrible. So I need to do some videos outside showing walkarounds and doing all that stuff. So hopefully I can get some other excursions to come to Trail Hero, and I could do some walkarounds and get some more of those. It seems like a lot of people that watch the channel really do like walkarounds of no matter how built or unbuilt the excursion is, except that the walkaround of my other buddy Chris's that's in Arizona, that doesn't have tons of stuff done to his but just camped out of it for a long time, has done way better than the walkaround of Bob. So I don't really know what I did wrong, but I thought I built a cool truck. Nobody's interested. It's very funny. YouTube is a crazy animal to me. It is a deal. But yeah, for camera, iPhone 15 Pro. Pretty sick. Nothing fancy. Well, it is fancy, but it's not that fancy. Yeah. Yeah, maybe. I do have a gimbal and I've used it. The Pro does a really good job of steadying everything. When I first started the newer phones, Justin, have a good one, man. Appreciate you coming on, and let me know when you buy that Excursion. I try to be live every week. I've been live every Wednesday. I'm not going to be live. I think this is my last Wednesday. So pay attention to the channel in the community posts. I'm going to post when I'm changing my live day too. So pay attention to that. Thanks, man. Happy searching for you. Yeah. No, great ideas, Chris. You are so on it. Yeah, and then Grayson Camo do some of my other footage that's like the off-road stuff, and we use GoPros. And he has one of those little gimbal things, I think, the gimbal camera things. And yeah, it's just this whole. I've been doing this for a really long time now. And honestly, I don't know that it's, and yes, I know I'm not the best quality video, but I also think it has so much more to do with all the background stuff. Gosh dang it, giggity. I think it has a lot more to do with the background stuff than I know, or like all these. Somebody said something about settings that were hidden, and I have no clue what those are. and like all the SEO and all that has so much more to do with it a lot of times than the quality of the content. But if it was really good, it would get shared anyway. So obviously, you know, there's two sides of it. So it's been frustrating, but I also just like love sharing what I'm doing, and I love trying to help people out, and I love being the hub for the Excursion community, and so I'm not gonna stop. I don't care if this doesn't do that much. It is what it is. I'm just in my mind, it doesn't matter, and I'm super stoked to have built the community I am, and whatever keeps building is amazing. So yeah, I appreciate all the tips and all the ideas. Like I said, I just want to know what you guys want to watch, and yeah, what do you guys want to see that are still on here? What do you want to see from Geeks 4x4 in the next 6 months? Hit me up. Giggity, that is so annoying that they're not sending you the notification. I have a reminder on my phone to do this. You can put a reminder in, but again, I'm not going to do it every Wednesday I just did it until I start my school job, which is now after school. So I'm going to be busy this time of day. But I'm thinking I might end up doing this like Sunday nights or something. That's kind of you guys are still in here. You're going to hear the inside. Thinking Sunday night might be the deal. The problem is then football season comes, and I like football. So I don't really know. Maybe you guys will be live watching football. I don't really know. Yeah. Oh, Chris, you are right. That would be really cool. One of those tracker ones. My gimbal is not new enough to have the image, the human tracking thing in it. I would like that. Thinking about getting the 2-valve V10. Ron, dude, the 2-valve V10 is one of the best motors that Ford has ever built. The biggest issue with the 2-valve V10, it has 2 weaknesses. Okay? Liam, what's up, buddy? The 2-valve has 2 weaknesses. The first weakness is that it shoots spark plugs to the moon, which is annoying. But if you go around and you tighten the spark plugs so that they don't loosen and then get to the top threads and rip those out, you kind of help yourself on that a lot. The second issue with them is that the exhaust manifolds warp, and then they break the studs, and then you get exhaust leaks. Those are the 2 biggest issues. So if you are willing to fix exhaust manifold studs, which is a terrible job, but definitely doable, you can buy one for the cheap, fix that, get on the next thing. So... Oh, Zombie Slayer, man, thank you so much for coming on here and telling me that. I appreciate a positive comment so much. We've been doing great today. Not saying that it's great, or it's bad, but yeah, Ronan, no problem, man. Yeah, the 2-valve V10 is great. And yeah, I appreciate that, Zombie. You'll love the strut thing. Irish Curse, not really interested in those. Struts in your cart? Nice. Nice, Giggity. Go through the rest of the upgrade list and just buy little things all the time. The USB things are also super cool. Liam, I'm doing good, buddy. Still on here, hanging out. Good to see your face. Let's get one more like. Let's get the 20th thumbs up, guys. I know a bunch of you just came in that are involved and invested and part of this awesome Excursion community. So if you guys could hit that thumbs up button, it is like underneath the chat or something weird on yours. And then also, we hit the 20. We hit the 20. Thank you guys so much. Grayson Camo just posted a link to the Excursion event details. That's the Google one, right? Yeah, see, post the Facebook event link. Yeah, that one right there. So the second link that Grayson Camo just posted is the Facebook event for the Excursion event. And I don't have a great name for it yet. It's currently called the Excursion event. And if you guys are at all interested in coming to the Ford Excursion event, the first ever, hopefully a yearly thing where we just gather all the excursions that we can, and in one place, the coolest spot, we are doing it April 9th through the 12th, Maris Adventure Park. I know not everybody does Facebook, so I need to make another Google form, though, because that's just like filling out. It's the wrong thing. Whatever. And And so April 9th through the 12th, Maris Adventure Park in Texas, about as central in the United States as we could possibly get. And excursions are great for road trips. So I'm going to be driving mine 26 hours and going to go and hang out with y'all. So I'm excited about that. So anyway, that's the plug for that. The next event, if you are anywhere near Utah, is Trail Hero. And so in 2026, Zombie Slayer, yes, sir. The next event is Trail Hero. That is October, the first week of October, but it's actually September 29th through October 4th. There is a specific Geeks 4x4 run on the Friday, and we're doing West Rim. So if you want to sign up for that, use the code GEEK25, just GEEK25, for 10% off, and let's go wheeling. Would love to have you guys out and hanging. But yes, Zombie Slayer, 2026, April 9th through the 12th. GD, promote on, what do you mean about that? Wish you could make the event, the excursion event, man, is it's in April. You got to take the time off. You got 6 months to get that time off in. Yeah, if I crashed more, you're right, Giggity. If I just rolled this truck all over the place, I think that I would definitely get more views. I do agree. And if I had, if I were a nice crop top and stuff, that would also be really cool, right? So like show off some butt. Yeah. Yeah, Zombie Slayer, that's the plan, man. The plan is to go yearly. So the first one is 2026, April 9th through the 12th. I'm hoping to use that same weekend every year and do it in Maris and do this cool thing. Tackle some gatekeepers. I'm doing the full trails. I'm not doing just gatekeepers, man. But I'm not rolling it over. I'm not interested in rolling this truck. It might happen, but I'm just not interested in it. 6:30, we bumped into a whole lot of people coming on here. This is, we got all kinds of good people. Ronan, looking at a V10 as my first truck. New driver here. Ronan, that's a great vehicle. Oh, you watch out, Chris. You be careful what you ask for. The croc top and short shorts might come out at Trail Hero. Last year it was 105. Might need a crop top this year if it's going to be 105 again. I was dying. Come out of the Pacific Northwest in the end of September and it's like 80 degrees and you get into St. George and you're just like, what am I doing here? Why is it so hot? And yeah, hopefully this year the weather cooperates a little better. I would take a nicer weather thing. But yeah, you be careful, man. We're gonna get some crop top short videos here in the garage. You guys will really like that. You're bringing the crop top and the short shorts. All right, let's do it. Let's see what happens. Let's do some dumb excursion videos in a crop top. Oh, with Bob on it. We're gonna take like buy a small. Oh, that could be really funny. Buy a small Bob shirt and then we'll just cut it open and I'll wear it as I'm in. It's fine. What day are we leading the trail in that? You have to wear it too. We have to put enough people in crop tops and short shorts that it makes sense. It's gonna be great. Geeks 4x4 run, crop top and short shorts. Let's go. All right. Well, you got to bring. You heard it here. Grayson Camo is going to provide the shirts. And if you want to come and see, this is maybe a reason for people not to come though. If you want to come and see Geeks 4x4 in crop top and short shorts, wheeling, then I don't know. Is it going to be Cletus without sleeves, or are we going to full crop top this thing? Because maybe I should just go full Cletus and rip the sleeves off everything. I don't know. But we're going to do some great stuff. It's going to be a good time. And if you want to come be a part of it, even if you want to just come say hi and come down for the weekend, if you don't want to wheel with us, that's fine. Oh, ODST. What up, buddy? You're back in here. They are Lexicon, so they're a flexible, not flexible plastic. You can punch those windows and they will just bend. It's pretty cool. Yeah, see, sorry, Ossifer. It might happen. We'll see. We'll see what Grayson Camo comes up with here. I don't know. It's going to be a good time. We're going to get them Daisy Dukes out. Thanks, ODST. Yeah, they work out cool. They're also, I mean, it's been bobbed, right? So they're a foot shorter. That's why they also look smaller. So yeah, is what it is. I could do like 4 to 6 on Sunday or something. What do you guys think about that time? Before I leave today, what do you guys think about the trading this? Ronan, what is it? A pickup or is it an Excursion? What is it? Not giggity. I cut 12 inches out of that body. You want to see the rear overhang? What do you guys think about 4 to 6 o'clock ish or later on a Sunday afternoon for the new live time? What do you think of that? Yeah, so look at that overhang, giggity. Factory one is a foot longer, so you can see the seam right there. 2 inches into the white stripe. The white stripe is about how much I lost. So, Ronan, depends on where you are and how clean the truck is. If that truck is super clean with 200,000 miles, not too bad at all. I'd want to pay probably a little less if it were me. But I don't know where you're located. If you're in Southern California or Texas or Arizona or something. And it's a crew cab, long bed. Yeah, it's probably right in there on the price. And it's rust-free, right? No rust. Clean with a V10 in it. I think it's worth what you're thinking. I think, offer him 5. I don't think it's a bad price, though. In Idaho. Does it have rust? Check the cab corners. The cab corners of these are bad. And they use salt in Idaho. Exactly, giggity. The giant tires make it extremely less obvious. There's some pictures and videos actually on the channel. If you go back far enough, you'll find it sitting back to back with my my white truck, and you can tell the difference a lot different there. Ronan, I think you're good on that price, my friend. That would be probably one to jump on. I think again I would offer him 5 or 52 or something, and go grab her. If she's clean and nice, 202 is not scary on a V10. The first thing I would do is go around it and get your torque wrench out, torque every spark plug, and then go drive it. So yeah, I think you did good, man. Yeah, giggity. There's tons of videos on the channel. Also, if you go to the Bob Excursion build of cutting it and taking all that stuff out of it, they're old videos, so they're terrible. But no, actually, I was impressed. I just watched back through some of them, trying to grab some of the footage, and I actually think I did a decent job on these videos. You guys tell me if I'm wrong next time I'm live, but it, or in the comments of those videos, say, actually, this was a good video, or actually, it wasn't a good video. That's fine with me. Yeah, so before I go today, I do need to get off here. We've been on for over 2 hours. Over 2.5 hours now. What do you guys think of that? What do you think if I move my live day to Sunday afternoon from 4 to 6? It's kind of a lull in football times. Thanks, Zombie Slayer. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, I was looking back through them, and I was like, man, these were actually well edited and decent videos. I should do stuff to make them do better. I don't know. Or people just aren't interested. Ronan, glad you found me too, my friend. Congrats on hopefully a new V10. And yeah, thanks for the sub. Appreciate that. We around building the community around Ford trucks around here, man. I'm the Excursion guy, but if you got a truck, doesn't matter to me. Yeah, just old Ford stuff. Yeah, man, I love my friggin' 7.3. It's the best. Also, I really like this V10. It impresses the heck out of me. Yeah, so Sunday is like 4 to 6. That sound? I think that's. I've got to look at everything and make sure that that looks about right, but I think it's doable. So, all right, guys, I think I'm going to take off. Unless we've got some burning questions to finish this thing out and keep me here, hit me up with those questions right now, real quick. If not, I think I am going to take off. Like I said, I've said always over and over, your mom won't let you get one. Ronan, you will get a 7.3 at some point, my friend. You just got to think it in there. GMC Yukon 2500. It is not a GMC Yukon 2500. It is a Ford Excursion. That's my favorite car. I'm lame. Crazy Camo, let's post my link tree right now. There's tons of links to the Amazon store, to the consulting. I do consulting if you're looking at building something and you just want my undivided attention for a while. We'll just go over all the different options and we'll get you some good ideas. And yeah, other than that, I really, really appreciate all of you. And I am super grateful that you exist in my world. And I hope that you're doing excellent things. I hope that you're proud of yourself because you are awesome. And I just want you to be great. So thank you guys so much for watching. And I think I'm going to end this guy. What else we got? See you next time. If you get the notification, come on, man. See you later, Zombie Slayer. You're not too far from me. I'm in Wenatchee. Not a problem. ODST. I'm always glad to help. I'm glad my videos are helpful. And, yeah, I appreciate all of you guys. So, thank you so much. Yep, sorry, Ossifer is right. We're about positivity around here, and I'm going to spread it. So, I am so about building you guys up to do this stuff and make your excursions or your other vehicles awesome. That is what I want. I want to build a community that is building people up and loving it. I recognize it. Sorry, Ossifer, but I can't pull it. So, Zombie Slayer, if you're ever out this way, let me know, my friend. Got a couple of excursions you can hang out with. Sunday Night Live. Yeah, SNL. I like that. Yeah. All right, guys. Oh, the Family Main is saying SNL. I was taking that as I like to call Chat with Geek SNL, Sunday Night Live. That's what the Family Main says. It's from SNL. Sorry, Ossifer. So, all right, guys. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Keep building that cool truck. Keep doing those cool things. Making yourself happy. Appreciate y'all. Bye, folks.